Next up, Representative Graves for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Witnesses, I want to thank you for being here today. Good to see a few of you again, and great to meet a few of you for the first time. So first of all, I want to ask Mr. Fauché, there was talk about Louisianians not benefiting from energy production in terms of jobs and economic activity. As I recall, I think 1 in every 7 jobs in the state of Louisiana is tied back to the energy industry. Is there a benefit to our economy, to the state's economy?
Congressman, I would point out that more than a quarter of the state's economy is based in the energy industry and the oil and gas industry. And you are correct. You don't have to go far in any Louisiana community to find multiple generations of people who have built families, careers, and livelihoods on the oil and gas industry. Louisianans want this industry. They've supported it and look forward to continuing to be able to see future generations of their families participate in it.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I continue to just be so confused by statements that I hear out of members of this committee and then facts. And so let's go through a few things. I've heard over and over again about how greenhouse gases are a priority in terms of reducing greenhouse gases. So when I look at BOEM's own assessment, I'm going to quote, "In a net zero world, as the demand for fossil fuels declines, domestic oil and gas production from lower carbon intensity fields, such as those in the OCS, because those are the lowest carbon intense barrels, could play a more important role in meeting that demand than they do currently. OCS fields could also help ensure U.S. energy security by reducing import reliance from foreign producers, most of which tend to also be higher carbon emitters than the U.S. Said another way, we need to be producing more in the OCS, not less. Going back to the Carter administration, they put out for lease 100 times more acres than have been done under this administration. You're talking about 3 lease sales. They did 36 lease sales, and again, for higher acreage, larger acreage as well. And so all of this stuff, and we keep hearing all of these policies, and oh, this is all about greenhouse gases. When the reality is, Trump, greenhouse gases went down, Biden went up this year, last year, they're going up again. This year, they're probably going to go up again. So we're failing on emissions. Let's be very clear. We're failing on the environment. Your own analysis says that actually using more OCS production would be better for the environment. Now let's take it a step further, because what's happening with the individual family members? When President Biden took office, the average gasoline prices in Louisiana were, the lowest gasoline prices in Louisiana were $1.74 a gallon, $1.74. National average today, I believe, is $3.57. In Louisiana, the lowest price today is probably around $2.96. Not $1.74, but $2.96. According to the Census Bureau, and I've seen all sorts of statistics, but according to the Census Bureau, 1 in every 4 American families have been unable to make ends meet. Since Biden has taken office, when you take things like inflation, higher interest rates, higher grocery costs, higher utility and gasoline costs, $700 per family per month. These are the people that we're all here to represent. Let me say it again. As a result of this administration's policies, $700 per family per month is the higher cost that they're paying. We have the ability to bring prices down, just like our chairman noted in the opening statement. All of this is a result of squeezing supply. Demand is not changing. Prices are skyrocketing as a result. And then let's take a look at who's benefiting. Now, we've heard a lot of people talking about, a lot of folks have been talking about Iran and this $6 billion negotiation. The $6 billion that we freed up in funds giving to Iran when Iran is out there funding terrorists like Hamas. So here's reality. What's happening when we don't produce energy? Iran ends up filling the void. You know the $6 billion that I'm aggravated about? Let me tell you what I'm really pissed off about. I'm pissed off about the fact that this translates to $60 billion in additional funds that Iran has profited from as a result of the ignorant energy policies of this administration. $60 billion, 10 times the $6 billion that the administration released for Iran, giving it to Iran. What are they doing with Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, Houthis, and Hamas with $60 billion in additional profits? We failed on affordability, we're empowering terrorists, and we're failing on the environment. This is absolutely incredible. These policies make no sense based upon math and science. None. And based upon your own analysis. Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent. The ranking member noted wildfires in Louisiana. She's exactly right. Unfortunately, she left out the fact that they were actually caused by arson. I'd like to submit for the record a statement.
Without objection.
And secondly, Mr. Chairman, just for the record, the Bonacary spillway, which is our pressure relief valve for the Mississippi River when river levels are too high, was opened, normally opened every 10 years. It was opened in 2016. It was opened in 2018. For the first time in history, it was opened twice in 2019, and it was opened in 2020. Therefore, this whole drought thing on the Mississippi River, we had record high water. Normally opens every 10 years, opened 5 times in 6 years, the highest in history, showing that water levels were actually excessive in recent years as well. Yield back.